What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 131. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? Doing good. I'm standing.
Yeah, you are.
Up. Traded desks with my wife, so now I have a new standing desk, which doesn't matter for the audio listeners. But
Yeah.
if my voice is carrying more, that's why. Because I'm on my feet. So we'll see if I last the entire episode. But what's up, Kellen? What's he doing? What's he up to?
Oh, he's just eating an apple.
Just eating a little apple? Just walking around room to room, checking in on everybody?
That's what he does. It's got to vibe out.
Vibe out.
But yeah, episode 131, guys. We got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. A bunch of like little stuff to add it up in the news. But before we, of course, we dive into all that and the games we've been playing. Nick, how was your week, man? How was that week?
It was a good week. Yeah, it was pretty chill. I mean, first week back after my week off, so that's always hard. But
of course,
yeah, it's good to get back into the groove, and then had a pretty chill weekend. So
sweet.
That was fun. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Just caught up on life.
Nice. I gotta ask, do you Prime Day was last week. Did you jump in? Did you fill Jeff Bezos' wallet even deeper?
Nah, his wallet, it's already deep enough. So I opted against it. No, I didn't really see anything that I wanted, and I didn't want to just get something just to get something.
Yeah, that's how I kind of was.
I feel like I mean, my problem with Prime Day is a lot of the deals are like fake deals.
Yeah.
And if you look at the price history of a lot of these items, they'll hike up the base price right before Prime Day. So it looks like it's going on a deep discount, but it's really just like a few bucks off of what it would have been.
Play Along Podcast. Appreciate the follow.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for the follow.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I have my list on Amazon that I have like stuff that I want, but I'm not gonna spend like the full retail price for, and then none of that stuff went on sale. So I dabbled. So I got a couple things. So, we used to have this JBL, like it's a JBL flip speaker. To compare, it's kind of like the Beats like pill speaker kind of thing. Super quality speaker. We had it for like 4 or 5 years. So we got it like at Walmart for $50, and it broke, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. And I was absolutely devastated because it's just that speaker bumps for the size of it. So they had it on sale for like $100. It was like $40 savings or something. So I had to dabble. I also purchased another. I purchased another Alexa, like the Dot or whatever, like the Sphere one. So I got that for downstairs.
Like $2 on Prime Day.
Yeah, it was like $20. Then I got a 4-pack of like the Wi-Fi lights for like $20 as well. So that's a pretty good deal compared to some of the other stuff. And then I've always wanted they're Go-V LED strip lights that go on the back of your TV, and there's like a little camera that you could put either on top or the bottom. And as you're watching TV or playing a game, it corresponds with the colors on the TV with the LED strips around it. So if there's fire in the one, like the left-hand corner of the TV, it'll be red on one side, but if there's water on the right side, it'll be blue or whatever that corresponding color is. So it's really cool. So I had to watch like the last episode of Stranger Things season 4 because there's some really cool moments in that. I did that, and it looks super cool. And Brittany was playing Luigi's Mansion with Kellen on Sunday, and it looked really awesome. So definitely worth it. I think they're normally like $90. I got it for $50, so it was a pretty good deal for that. But again, nothing I really needed per se. But
you got a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, I dropped like $200.
Two stacks.
Two stacks.
Is a stack 1,000?
Yeah, a stack's 1,000.
Okay.
Two Benjamins.
2 Benjamins.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry, not to cut you off, Nick. How was the rest of your week?
Oh, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you didn't cut me off.
Okay.
Have you played any games with the strip light?
I have not personally.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of Kellen and Brittany play the Luigi's Mansion, and it looked really nice. So, I don't play a lot of TV on there, anyways. Or play a lot of video games on the living room TV because it's Kellen's TV. But I've got my Alexa to, if I say movie night, it'll dim the lights and turn the thing on. Oh so God. Yeah, I'm slowly getting my smart home set up. So,
what if you say date night? Does it do anything? Does it dim the lights or anything?
No, I just got movie night so far, but there's like a bunch of other stuff you can do. So I'm dabbling in the world of smart home convenience. So we'll see.
So I'm in an apartment, so it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
The only smart thing I have in here is the thermostat.
Okay.
And it sucks. It never knows when we're home. And I even had it.
Do you have like the Nest or?
Yeah, it's a Nest.
Okay.
But I have it where it tracks my phone's location to determine when to turn on, determine when we're home.
Yeah.
And even when I'm laying in bed, it's like, no, you're not home. You're gone. I don't know where you are, but you're not here.
That's funny.
Dude, and you can't even set a set schedule for it either, because it's
really
smart. So it's supposed to learn what your patterns are. But dude, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the only smart thing we have in here.
Yeah, because those things are pretty expensive too. Like they're $200-300, aren't they? Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I've always heard decent things about the Nests, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's just us. Maybe we're the problem.
Maybe you don't move around enough. It's just it thinks you're just doing nothing.
Well, we did have some jackets in front of it for a while, so that could have been it. We just took everything off, but
yeah,
it should.
But how does it? So does it work with your phone? To know your position or your location, and then that's when it knows you're home or not?
Yeah, it's supposed to track your phone. So if I'm in the vicinity, it should operate.
Ping it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of that stuff is either really awesome or it really sucks. Some of that kind of smart home stuff. So again, I haven't dabbled much into the smart home thing. It's I have smart home stuff, but just haven't really used it. I have 3 or 4 like the Alexa Dots or whatever. But we just really use it as a speaker or something like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I dabbled in that, and then it was a first week back at work, where they flipped my schedule around. So not having to go in on Mondays and Tuesdays is actually really nice.
Pretty nice.
And helps with my depression at work. You know what I mean? So that helps out a lot. Yeah. So that's cool. But and then we had our typical Friday, Saturday thing. Found out though, one of the caveats of being a homeowner is so. Friday night, Brittany and I usually, if we have the kids, we'll usually go out on the deck and vibe out. We'll grill out and just listen to music and play, Uno or Yahtzee or something like that, some sort of card game or something. We always leave our door open, our storm door, just so the dogs can kind of come in and out. We'll close it if it gets if there's too many bugs or something like that. And so Saturday we got up. Per usual, I came downstairs. I started playing some games. Kellen was building forts and stuff, and then I walk out because he wanted me to help him. And I happen to look at my fireplace, and there's this brown thing on it, and it's one of those things where you do a double take, and you're not quite believing what you're seeing, and it was a bat that was perched on the fireplace, upside down or whatever. And I thought it was trash or something, brown duct tape or just something like that, because we the Amazon stickers are sometimes brown, just depending. So I thought it was maybe that just stuck to the wall when we were cleaning. And then I was like, babe, there's a bat down here. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, there's a bat. So we caught the bat, and I don't know. Brittany was like, well, we can't release the bat during the day because it'll mess it up. So we she built like, I don't know, man. She built a nest for it like
on the bat at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It's a bat in my house. Like, what do you want me to do? So she made a nest for it, like in a box, whatever. We caught it, and then at like nightfall, we tried to release it, but it ended up dying. I don't know what happened to it. Whatever. So
it died.
It died. She put like a fan on it, so I don't know if like I don't know like the blood of like at bats. I don't know if they can't get too hot or they can't get too cold. I'm not quite sure. It died. We yeeted it into the woods. It is what it is. We were outside with one of our buddies, sitting there playing Uno like we normally do, and I kept watching like bats fly in and out of like the eave on my house, and
okay,
I was like, "Do I have bats in my attic?" And then I was like, "Whatever," we've been drinking, so like you don't give a shit at that point.
Bats up there? No
Yeah,
way, man.
well,
Anyways.
and I was like, I'm pretty sure like they can't get in there. So I went up and checked one side of my house in the attic, and there was nothing. And then I was like, well, let me check the main attic. I was up there a few weeks ago getting stuff down, so I didn't see anything. I went up there. There's about 7 or 8 bats up there that I saw. I can't tell because there's where the eave is. They can definitely squeeze in, but there's like mesh or some sort of like metal that's blocking it. So I don't know. I don't know if, and Nick, I just started recording, so I'm gonna have to pull the recording off of Twitch. So whatever. Anyways, sorry. So I went up there and there was about 7 or 8 bats, and I checked again today, and there was about the same amount. So I got some caulk. I've got some cleaning supplies because apparently bats can be very invasive, and their guano and pee is very toxic. So I'm gonna have to go up there and clean it up the best I can and hope there's not like 20 or 30 bats up there, because I don't know what I'm gonna do if that's the case. So,
oh god, can you call like animal control or?
I can, but the quotes that we started to see were anywhere between $500 and $1,500. So I said, hell to the no, I'm not doing that.
Wait, between 500 and 1,500?
Yeah, wow. Just depending on like how many bats there are, how much cleanup has to be done, because they can like destroy the insulation. And we looked outside, and like on the vinyl on the outside, you could see all this like pee stain on there. So it's already started to. I don't think they've been there for very long, but still sucks. So is what it is. I'll get up there tomorrow around nightfall when they're gone. So I've done some research, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh god, yeah. Anybody in the chat, if you guys know about bats, if you have any advice, send it our way.
Yeah,
Harrison, he needs it.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you've dealt with bats. But yeah.
That's like the worst case scenario of like rodents that you could have in your house.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were pretty invasive, and
yeah.
But like the one that was chilling, and I don't know if it was sick, I don't know, but the one that was chilling like on our fireplace, like Brittany just grabbed some gloves and picked it up and put it in the box. So they're pretty docile, like during the day. I think they just.
Can bats get rabies?
They can, but it is pretty rare for them to have rabies. But also, like during the day, like they're pretty docile, so you can kind of maneuver them, I guess. But again, if I go up there tomorrow and there's like 30 bats, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'll be equipped to handle that situation.
Have you told our dad?
I did, yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a story. Oh my God.
So yeah, that was a fun way to end the weekend. But it is what it is. It's just one of those parts about being a homeowner. There's always some bullshit that happens. There's always something to do, always something to clean up. So yeah.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a story to tell on next week's podcast. So stay tuned if you haven't.
So I turned into a bat.
I am the Batman. So yeah, let's. You want to dive into what we've been playing?
Yeah, I see you have Resident Evil under TV.
Ooh, yes.
Did you watch this? Did you watch it?
I did. Have you watched any?
Nah, I kind of refuse to watch it after
so
the movie.
it's probably the best iteration of like a live action Resident Evil.
Are you serious?
That being said, That's a very low bar, by the way. Like very
It's
low.
like the lowest.
It's a low bar, and I'm not saying that this show is fantastic. It's got some pretty cheesy lines per Resident Evil, I guess. The acting is kind of weird in spots because it kind of flip flops between the future and the past because it deals with like Wesker and his daughters, and it kind of shows how the apocalypse happened versus 15 years later when it's in the middle. They call zombies zeros, if that in the indication, because they're like the zero. I don't know. They carry like the original virus. I don't know. I don't know.
Zombie.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But there's giant monsters, like some really badass looking like giant like monsters that you expect to see in a Resident Evil game. So I say it's worth it. There's like 8 episodes. They're like maybe an hour each.
That's a long time. Dude.
It's an investment, man.
That's a long time. I don't know.
It's an investment. Give it like 2 episodes and see how you like it. It doesn't get any worse or better than those 2 episodes.
Okay, that's good to know at least.
Yeah,
that I don't have to like hold out for the last 2 episodes.
No. There's some cool moments. Like there's some cool action scenes. There's also some weirdly slow-mo stuff that Resident Evil. So huge grain of salt going in. It's Resident Evil. It is what it is. But I do think it's probably better than most of the movies, and far superior than probably Welcome to Raccoon City movie that you saw that I still haven't seen. So,
Yeah, I saw IGN's review and they gave that show a 7 or 8 or something higher than expected, and then they had also given Raccoon City like a 7.
Dude, IGN is become like kind of the joke almost. Their reviews are all over the place.
Yeah.
And they also spoil everything like in their headlines, so that's also a thing.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty bad. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Okay. But yeah, give Resident Evil a shot if you like the show. It's its own kind of like universe. There's really not a lot of like carryover between the games in the first season at least, so it's kind of its own thing. So try it. Give it 1 episode, and if you don't like it after 1 episode, then there's a chainsaw. There's a chainsaw guy in it. So hey, there you go.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that part was cool. I saw when I heard the chainsaw, I was like, oh yes. but yeah, that was Resident Evil. Nick, talk about 3 Hips because I've been talking so much now.
Oh, dude, you're good. Shit, I don't have that much more to say about 3 Hopes, but I'm like 25 hours in at this point. I'm on chapter 12 or 13. I think there's like something like 16 or 17 chapters on the route that I'm playing. Last week I was kind of down on it. It was just getting a little samey going from chapter to chapter and having like 5 separate battles per chapter, and that just kind of going on forever and ever. It's getting a little bit better now that I've unlocked the final classes for all the characters, so I can kind of work towards that.
Okay.
And I'm starting to kind of like appreciate the relationship building more than I did like at the beginning and midway through the game, and like I can see like the conclusion kind of coming to fruition. I can see maybe what's going to happen, so that's kind of exciting. But yeah, this game is just too long. I think the first 2 Warriors game, or the first Hyrule Warriors and the first Fire Emblem Warrior, those had a good length. I think those were like 15 to 20 hours.
Yeah.
And then of course, we talked about this before, but Age of Calamity was like a 30 to 40 hour game, and it really didn't need to be. Some of those battles were like an hour long maybe, and like I don't know,
that's why like we both kind of took the break at the same time and then finished it at the beach.
We took a 6-month break.
Yeah.
And came back.
That's the main reason why I didn't pick up Fire Emblem, just because I had really have an affinity for it. But
yeah,
I struggled to finish Zelda, and I love Zelda. So
Yeah, if you struggled to finish one of your favorite franchises, then
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't like this. It's one of my favorite Warriors games. I think mechanically it's one of the best with the with the weapon triangle, being able to control where each character goes, and I've liked that more and more throughout the game, where you get into this battle and you have your team of 8 and you're only controlling 4 of them, but you can still control where those other 4 characters go. So you're like constantly sending people all over the map, and like there's just so many affinities that you can get. There's so many advantages you can get against the enemies that it's that part of it is really cool. I really like the customization and just the variety of the characters and the classes and the weapons and all that stuff. Like that's all done really well. It's really just the length of the game kind of paired with like the sameness of the gameplay. Just that's kind of like the nature of the beast with Warriors games, is you're going through and you're pretty much doing the same thing. Each battle or each chapter, you're going through, routing the enemies. You might be escorting somebody somewhere, and they'll get stopped, and you'll have to fight off enemies around them, and then they'll keep going to their destination. But like aside from that, there's not too much variety in terms of like the missions, and there's even less variety with the maps themselves. Like all the maps look pretty similar. Yeah. And that's where Age of Calamity kind of has the upper hand. I think they had a good variety of maps.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Battlefields. And this is a problem that the original Fire Emblem Warriors had, but like Three Hopes, they all just look pretty similar, and they reuse a lot of the maps. So those are some of the issues I've had. Aside from that, I've been enjoying it, hoping to finish it before this weekend in case I want to pick up Live Alive or continue on with Monster Hunter or Xenoblade next weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely need to finish it up before then. But
yeah, we're kind of getting into, like, we've been on a lull for games for a couple months now, and we're finally squeezing, that's a weird getting back into the game releases. We're squeezing the game industry for games.
It's Xenoblade, and then nothing really in August.
Madden, baby, come on, that's the start of the game.
It's the start of the game season.
I don't know a good Madden impression.
It's a football.
It's a football.
It's a touchdown.
I do miss. I am missing football season, but that's another talk for another day.
Yeah, that's talk for our football podcast. Yeah, I would be so bad on a football podcast. Oh yeah, Stray. Yeah, Stray's coming out tomorrow. Are you playing that?
What?
Stray?
No, is it on PS4? Or is it just PS5?
Yes.
It is, okay.
PS4.
I've been thinking about booting up because I haven't played PS4 since Last of Us 2. So 2020 is when last time I booted it up.
A long time.
I'm thinking about, like, I've got a couple of TV options. I know that. Anyways, whatever. I've got like a 32-inch TV that I think Brittany has in her office, but she doesn't use it. So I'm thinking about mounting it over here in the corner, and then setting up like my retro. This would be like my retro game area, like my N64, the GameCube, the PS2. Not that PS4 is retro, but I also probably hook that up too, because I kind of want to dive back into God of War a little bit. I don't know. I'm feeling the pumpness.
Feeling that pumpiness?
Oh, I guess we still have to deal with the 40-minute timer anyways.
Yeah.
Because I got an email from GameStop on Friday, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna have PS5 in stock tomorrow. Become a member, and we'll have the thing." But they were like bundles. They weren't just the console, so it was like $700. Yeah, I was like, no, I'm good. But it is what it is. But yeah, I am curious about Stray. It's like, I don't know why it's like kind of hyped up for people. I don't know. Is it weirdly hyped up? Am I just not getting it?
It is. I think it's weirdly hyped up. I think
because it's not just a PlayStation exclusive. It's coming out to like the PC, right? Or is it just PlayStation?
thought it was PlayStation exclusive, but the big thing about it is it's coming day and date to PlayStation Plus.
Oh, okay. So it's like,
It was
okay,
like the first big
like Game Pass equivalent day and date.
Cats.
Cats. That's why. Hey, man, you do you, man. I'm not a big cat kind of guy, but it'd be fun playing as a cat. If I could be a cat, I'd probably be a cat versus being a dog.
I don't know, man. Being a dog sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, but you could do the same thing you do as a dog, as a cat, but you have like you can jump higher.
That's true. They do have a lot of dexterity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So I have a secret that I have
So
to
if you could make an Elden Ring build in real life, would you choose a dog or a cat?
I think I'd choose the cat for the dex, but the dog for the strength.
Yeah.
Or the cat for the dex and the int.
Yeah, and then you could fat roll with the dog or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
What were you gonna say, Nick?
I need to admit something. I canceled my PlayStation.
No.
Yeah.
But
it ends next month, so I still have time if I want to play Stray.
But see, like the problem I think with the PlayStation is like they have like all the hits, but I think as a PlayStation nerd, you probably already have played all the hits. So it's like,
Yeah.
and if you're not really into retro gaming, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, because like what they had Returnal on there.
Yeah, Returnal, Miles Morales, Stray's coming out, and then like all the hits like Bloodborne, God of War, but those were already on the essentials.
Yeah.
Or whatever. What would a dog version of Stray be called?
Yeah, because you don't really. Well, a stray, like when you say stray,
Like a stray cat.
like a stray cat, you don't. I guess you could say stray dog.
What is it called when they feral?
Well, no,
Anything
that's
can be feral.
yeah. I would say because
If anything, it'd be a feral cat.
yeah, feral cat. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll do some DLC or something for it.
Domesticated.
Well, no,
dog.
undomesticated, right? I don't know.
Yeah, domesticated.
I don't know. I don't know the word. I don't know the term for it. That's a $1 million
Better.
question right there.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Yeah, so that's 3 hopes.
such a tangent. Anyways, yeah. So Nick, going forward, if they were to ever do another Warriors game, whether it be Zelda, Fire Emblem, or another, I don't know, Nintendo IP, would you buy it day and date, or would you wait to maybe get it on discount or something like that?
Oh, good boy. That's a good one.
Good boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like that one.
That's pretty unique to dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the goodest boy.
The goodest boy. So I was reading this thread the other day, and it was actually talking about Warriors games, and someone said a Mario Warriors game would be pretty cool. And just imagine, like, it's not like photorealistic, or not photorealistic. It's not like more realistic like a Fire Emblem Warriors, like a Hyrule Warriors, but it's very cartoony. And
Imagine like infinite jumping, just infinite jumping on Gloomba's heads would be so
Yeah.
much fun. That could
you
be
do,
cool.
Like, this amazing ground pound, or like shoot fireballs.
I could see it.
There's a bunch of options. You can play as like Piranha Plant and shoot fire everywhere. You can play as
That could be cool.
Peach and like use your umbrella. I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
and you have a million characters you can use to pull from.
Yeah.
That
But
could
they're
be
only going to do 8
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what they do with Mario.
That could be cool. I mean, I would.
Playing the Mushroom Kingdom.
I think. Yeah, I think if they were to do like not necessarily Mario, but another Warriors game, I think it would have to be like something drastically different than what we're used to. Because they've had so many Warriors games, just regular not Fire Emblem, Dynasty Warriors. Jeez, and then they had a couple of those Gundam Warriors games, which I thought kind of fit with the mold for that. Because, so I mean, yeah, I think they would have to do drastically. Yeah, do something different for me to get back into that franchise. So, yeah.
Crank those out, though. I'll tell you what.
They do. They get them out there quick.
3 Warriors games on the Switch, or 3 like original.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess it does mean, I'm saying this not being a developer, but I guess it doesn't take that many assets or that much, original work to be able to make a new version of a Warriors game.
Yeah, and like the AI is kind of non-existent, so you don't have to really worry about building that up.
Just some dummy AI, and you throw in
stand there,
smarter AI. Yeah.
I booted up, so I've been on a humongous Star Wars kick, as I've previously talked about. I'm working my way through, like, almost finishing up, like, the Clone Wars series, like the animation series. So just on a huge Star Wars kick, and I played Star Wars Force Unleashed back in the day, so I wanted to boot it up again because I always remember it being like a really cool game. And they just had the one come out for the Switch, but it was the Wii version, so it has like the motion controls. So I booted it up. It plays pretty bad. It plays like a 360 game. It acts like I haven't played a 360 style game in a long time, and boy is it a 360 game. But it's really cool because you start out as Darth Vader, and
what?
And it kind of does like the Metroid thing where you start out like super powerful, and then you're sent to the Wookiee's homeworld. I cannot remember it. Forgive me. But you're sent to kill a Jedi, and he has a son, and you take him on as your secret apprentice. So that's where you start up as. So you start up as the game as a. You've got some powers, but you don't have nearly what you had as Darth Vader. So I played a few levels of it. It's very much, like I said, like that style, like old school Xbox 360 game, PS3 game, with like monster closets and stuff, where just non-stop AI until you do the checkpoint, do the checkpoint, and then they'll stop. But it's pretty cool. I like it. It's a lot different. I still think like the Fallen Order is like the best Star Wars game, like probably ever, in my opinion. I do want to play Force Unleashed 2 because I never did try that, so I'm gonna try it.
Is that also out on Switch?
That one is not, I don't think. But it is on the Xbox 360, and for some reason, I guess because I had it back in the day, they just gave it to me. I don't really know. It's just whatever. I don't know.
You're
or I guess it could have been like on EA, maybe EA Play, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So I did that. I played a little bit of that. I played a few hours of that. And then I've been thinking about playing Dragon's Dogma, picking it up, and they have a sale going on right now it's $5 on the Xbox Marketplace. So I had to pick it up, and I played about 2 hours of it, and dude, it's rad. I like it a lot.
You like it?
Yeah. I didn't realize that there was like a climbing mechanic to it, like Shadow of the Colossus has.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's your kind of like. I'll compare it to Dark Souls because it kind of feels Dark Souls-esque. I don't have a lot to say about it other than I feel the controls feel pretty good. The climbing's a little wonky with the camera. It's kind of like a FromSoft camera situation where it will get in the way. Yeah, the perfect camera. But
do we need to switch? Sorry.
Yeah, let's go ahead and switch over real quick.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Yeah, so Dragon's Dogma. Like I said, I don't have a lot to say about it right now. I've really just kind of just started the game. I think I said 2 hours, but I don't think I'm even that deep yet. But it's really cool. I like the gameplay so far. I like the fact that like there's these, I can't remember the names, but they're like these almost like summons that come into your world and help you out, and they're based on the lore of the game. And again, like the NPCs are like, yeah, we're not really sure where they come from, but they just spawn in and help you. So that's kind of funny, but and of course I don't know if the game is open world per se, or if it's like open zone. I'm not quite sure, because when I left like the starting like village, they told you to go to a nearby encampment, and they tell you that you can kind of wander off the path and to keep your eyes peeled for monsters and items and stuff like that. So I don't know how far you can go out, if you can that far,
I think you can.
Okay.
I think you have to load into the villages, but kind of like Skyrim in that sense. But aside from that, I think you can just go
wherever.
anywhere.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I meant to play that today, but then I had to deal with the bat situation and get the supplies. So that's what I did instead. But yeah, it's really cool. I think I'm gonna play some more of it.
Nice.
Keep it going. But
man, maybe I should jump back into it.
yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. And it like graphically, I think it came out in like 2012 because I think they're just doing their 10-year anniversary thing. Yeah. It still looks pretty good. So yeah, it's cool.
Nice. Yeah, play along. I played this game like 3 years ago when it came out on Switch, and I got about 10 hours in, and I remember enjoying it, but I fell off for whatever reason. I think another game had come out on the Switch or something. I think it might have been like Cuphead that came out, and I got into that. But I did enjoy my time with it. I thought it was a pretty cool game. It was a good like mashup of like Dark Souls and Skyrim.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But yeah, that is all I have been playing. Haven't played any more Monster Hunter. We do need to play some together just so I can get that idea. But yeah, you want to jump into the news?
Let's do it.
Get that started up here. So Bayonetta 3, Nintendo as per usual just been dropping these Twitter and YouTube announcements, release dates. Yeah. So I'm here for it. I think it's cool. October 28th. So a few days before Halloween. I guess they couldn't release it on Halloween just because I think Halloween falls like on a Sunday maybe or Monday. I think it's a Monday.
And I hate because I know they did this with Luigi's Mansion 3 back in 2019. I wish they would release the Halloween games like earlier in the month so you can
build up.
Build up. But, oh man, I'm excited for this. It's cool that it has the naive angel edition.
Yeah.
So if you have like a kid or a significant other in the room, you can turn that on and
Which I mean, like from what I played from 1, like
it's not
it's
too
pretty provocative, but like you don't see anything. Like I think maybe you see her butt, maybe one hidden. So it's nothing like crazy, but who knows. But yeah, that edition is in the game. If you, like you said, if you got kids around and stuff,
right.
They have the Trinity Masquerade edition, which I did purchase. I saw a tweet or something about Best Buy having. I think I may have got an email. I can't quite remember. Jumped in and they had one, so I was like, well, I'll get it. I want to play this game anyways. It was probably going to be a day one, so I was like, screw them scalpers. Screw you, man.
Sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
Or to all the people out there.
But it looks cool. As far as the special edition goes.
Yeah, and I guess we haven't really talked about the trailer, the new trailer that dropped, but
looks
like Bayonetta. Looked crazy.
Nonsensical. Just
not really sure what's going on, and I played the first two. Here we are. I mean, it looks really cool. There's the new character that you can play as. It looks like there's a bit of like not platforming, but kind of like fun traversal. With that new character, and then the rest of it looked like classic Bayonetta. I think it looked so much better than it did in the initial trailer back last year, I think, is when it was shown off. But I don't know what they were thinking with that trailer, man. Last year, that thing just did not look great. But this recent trailer, man, looks really good. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
And then Bayonetta 1 is getting a physical edition. That's coming out September 30th.
September 30th, yep.
And that's the first time that Bayonetta 1 has gotten a physical edition on the Switch.
Correct, yep. So that's pretty cool that they're giving people that option, because I know a lot of people like to, collect physical. So sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I just kind of wanted to throw in there, I think this kind of this announcement kind of squashes any like July. Because them YouTubers gotta speculate, they gotta eat. of course, there's speculation of a July direct, and we've kind of talked about it the last couple weeks or so that we think there's probably one coming inevitably, but maybe not until September is usually when they do one. But they also always have had one in June, and they didn't. So
it's all up in the air now.
It's all up in the air what's going to happen with Nintendo.
And we've been talking about this, but really the two announcements left are Mario Kart Wave 2.
Yep.
And that's probably going to be announced soon. I would guess it would be this week or next week. And then the rumored, don't know if it's happening, but the rumored Metroid Prime remake or remaster.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know when that would come out this year because we have 2 games in October. I mean, that just 2 games that are published by Nintendo. There's still like Nier that's coming out in October. There's No Man's Sky, that's October. But we have Mario and Rabbids, and then Bayonetta, and then November's Pokemon. I mean, they could release it, November, December, but that's, it might be a weird time frame. Like I thought it would be a September or October game, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So
yeah, because I mean, what are the chances that they announce this remake and they're like, hey, it comes out like early October to give you time before Bayonetta? Like I don't see that happening. And then, like you said, after October, they've got Pokemon coming out. So, I mean, no, is it December? This Pokemon. When's Pokemon coming out?
It's November.
November. Okay. What do they have in December? Nothing.
I don't think they have anything.
Okay.
In December.
That feels like a weird time to put that out, but maybe. I don't know. I mean, that would probably sell pretty well, being close to Christmas and stuff. So, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
that's weird. I don't know.
The problem with this game, and I think Bayonetta is they really need their time in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Unlike a game like Pokemon, where it'll sell throughout the holiday season, but with a game like Metroid Prime remake or whatever it is, which is a 15 to 20-year-old game that only sold 2.9 million copies on the GameCube. Like, it's not a big game.
Yeah. But Dread came out, and that's the best seller ever, right? As far as Metroid goes. So maybe this is the good time to release it, roughly a year later from that.
So
just
maybe
to kind of,
early October is good.
Yeah, maybe follow up on that hype a little bit. So I don't know. Nintendo's like can literally do whatever right now. Like we have no idea. And I think that's what's like making people crazy. It's just like they don't know. They have to know, and Nintendo's like no.
I love seeing all the leakers on Twitter just getting shut down
because they don't know, and they have no idea. It's just pure speculation. I don't think they're inside, insiders that they were stating that they had. I don't think it's true. I think it's just pure speculation at this point. Yeah, pure speculation.
Shout out Silex Hunter and helping fight the good fight, shut down all these fake leakers.
Yeah, because I mean it's annoying after a time. Like it's fun to speculate. We speculate all the time, but
it's another thing to set expectations.
Yeah. So
based off of nothing, really.
Yeah, exactly. Just get people
riled up.
Next one is Bandai Namco got hacked by some sort of like spyware group or something like that. But ransomware group, sorry. But what came out of it was this screenshot of it mentioned Dragon Ball Breakers on there, but it also mentioned Dragon Ball Fighters Super, which is scheduled to come out next year, which is interesting because there's also been rumors of the new season of Dragon Ball Super releasing next year. So that correlates well. But the biggest thing, Nick, is Elden Ring DLC. We know it's coming. It's got to come, right?
Yeah.
Barbarian of the Badlands is what they were quoting it to be, or what it's stated to be.
Which sounds a little bit fake.
It does sound fake. That's the biggest thing. It sounds a little cheesy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so I don't know, man. I mean, this.
We know something has to come for Elden Ring. They've always done DLC, right? For pretty much everything except for Sekiro.
Let's see, they did
Bloodborne,
Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2. I don't know if they did Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1, I don't think they did anything.
Probably not. It was probably before the era.
Yeah. Because Dark Souls 2 got like not the remaster, but like the
first Sin.
Yeah. Edition. The re-release or whatever. So
I think it will. I don't know if this leak is true. I think this timeline could have been made up by anyone who knows Bandai Namco.
Yeah, a lot of Dragon Ball games, a lot, so.
A lot of Dragon Ball, like, people could have just capitalized on the hack and said, like, oh, this was released from the hack.
Yeah.
This very very convenient timeline of all the game releases, which I don't do companies actually keep this stuff internally? Like, do they just like have this like on their OneDrive or on their hard drive? It's like, oh, here's the timeline of the next 10 years of games.
Maybe. I mean, maybe they have like the because like it's got like the logo and stuff. But people also said that Tekken 8 was like the same logo as 7, just changed to 8. So I mean, again, take a grain of salt. We have no idea. It just that popped up on Twitter, and I was like, Elden Ring, Dragon Ball Fighter Super. I'm super pumped for both of those games. I love both those games. So, yeah,
it's a good league for you.
Yeah, it's a great league. I want to play that Breakers game. It looks silly. And
that looks weird.
I am the resident Dragon Ball guy on the show. Like, I got you guys for the Dragon Ball stuff. I play most of that stuff. And they mentioned Xenoverse 3, which also has already been confirmed. So, I don't know. Is it valid? Maybe, I don't know.
But like, yeah, I mean, remember when Capcom's schedule got leaked? Like,
yeah,
they're like 4 years in advance schedule.
Yeah,
man, it happens. And so far, that leak has been relatively true, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's actually spot on.
Yeah, I actually forgot about the Resident Evil DLC that's coming out until like the other day, and I was like, man, I can't wait to play that.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Like in October, right? Like October 3rd? Is it October 30th when it comes out? It might be sooner than that. That's a weird day. That's like a Sunday, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways,
Fighter Z. What other anime? Yeah, that'd be cool. I wonder what would work. What other anime would work?
For what?
For like a Fighter Z style game.
I'm done with my 4 angles.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Galactic Pinecone, what's up, man? Good. Still never played Resident Evil 8. You gotta play Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, it's real good. It's
yeah. If you like 7.
Yeah.
I guess they're different, but I really enjoyed them in their own right.
Yeah.
I think
8's more actiony, less scary. 7 is like, I think just the best Resident Evil has been. Outside of like, I don't know. I really liked 8 though. I don't know. Play them in like sequential order. Play 7, play 8. They're both excellent games.
8's more fun to replay. I think
Yeah.
7 had the better first time around experience.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that game was genuinely creepy. Yeah, it is different. It is different. So, let's see here. Supermassive is getting acquired by Nordisk Games. They're the ones that do like the core that just came out. Mm-hmm. They did Until Dawn, which you played, Nick.
Did.
I thought Sony would pick these guys up, but I don't know.
I wonder if Until Dawn just didn't do that well.
Yeah, that's probably a possibility.
But it did. It did well enough to warrant the VR game.
Yeah,
Rush of Blood.
It did. Yeah,
It wasn't really like.
It didn't have anything to do with Until Dawn. It was like the Halloween 3 of video game movies. It just had.
Am I watching a Halloween movie? Like...
So yeah, they got acquired. Which good for them. They're really the only ones doing that style of game like that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Next up, so I genuinely laughed when I saw this. I can't remember his name, but one of the developers came out and said that The Last of Us Part 1 isn't a cash grab. That's a weird phrase to like specifically mention, Nick. Is that not weird, or am I just continuing my hatred for this game?
Okay. I don't think you should. I don't think you should have so much hatred for it.
I don't have hatred. Like I don't care. Like if you want to play, that's fine. I just he was like, this is like the most meticulously crafted video game I've ever played, and this was a developer that worked on like God of War, like the 2018 one. Yeah. So that game is amazing. So
really worked on God of War and said that this one. I mean, I get it. It's built from the ground up. It is revolutionary in the remake genre. But if you have to come out and say, guys, come, everyone calm down. It's not a cash grab.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Yeah. I'll end my war on this game with this, and I don't know if I've said it before, but I don't think the game itself is a cash grab. I think, having a remade game is fine. The price is a cash grab. The $70 for this thing is an absolute cash grab. If you wanted to maybe charge people an extra $10 to $20 for the upgrade, or just have this game at $40, sure. But $70, you can't tell me that that's not a cash grab. And I'll end it with that.
So how would you compare this to the Demon Souls remake?
But Demon Souls, this is the first time it's gotten re-released, right? Other than its original PS3 version. So again, and you tweeted out too, Nick, about it's kind of all subjective, because you mentioned Bloodborne. That game came out within 10 years, right? But again, that's only been released one other time on the PS4. So 10 years later, we get an upgraded, remade version of Bloodborne. Again, it's subjective, so everyone's got their own opinion about that stuff. But this game's been released for the third time, within a 10-year span. Like, it's a little much. And this is the most expensive version of this game.
It's true.
I don't know.
No. The thing is, I agree with you. I think $70 is too much. I'm personally not going to pick it up because I've already played this story on PS4, and I don't see how much they could improve on it.
But I don't think they are going to improve the story at all. I think it's just going to
just gameplay.
I think it's just gameplay. I don't think are they re-recording lines or anything like that. I think it's just gameplay. They're going to match it up to like the way Last of Us 2 plays, and that's fine. That's a good improvement. But
they weren't. The gameplay wasn't that different between 2 and 1, from what I remember.
No, I don't think it was either. I mean, it probably just felt better, like going through the environment and stuff. But again, I'm not hating. I just $70 is just I don't know. It's already a lot of money to ask for. God of War is going to be $70. It's a lot of money to ask for a singular video game. But I understand. Video games cost millions and millions of dollars to make, and generally speaking, PlayStation games do not have any sort of microtransaction. So I get the $10 increase from the previous gen. So I get it. I get it. And God of War is probably going to be worth $70. I mean, that's just it is what it is. But the third release of a game, $70, it's just too much, man. It's just too much.
Are you still just mad that this was the last game announcement at the Game Awards?
I am. I'm pissed. Nah, I was a little salty when I was like, really? A remake?
It got leaked.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Really?
It is what it is. I think, like, just from eyeballing Twitter, I think most people are on the side of it's too much for what it is. Yeah. Even the hardcore fanboys I've seen. I've seen a couple people that are really like
gung-ho about it.
Gung-ho about like, no, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. Like,
but
no.
They're not going to buy it.
I mean, they'll get the special edition.
I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of fanboys
talk the talk, but don't actually walk the walk of paying the games. Yeah,
but they don't buy the games.
Yeah,
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, but I don't know. Anyways, we'll move on. I'm done talking about Last of Us 1 Part 1 remake. Cash grab edition.
on the greener grasses.
Nick, let's. I'm very curious to hear about your thoughts about the next one.
Yeah, so Skate 4 is no longer Skate 4, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So it's now called Skate. It's free to play. It looks pretty good. I like what I'm seeing so far. The mechanics, the physics all look really good. They look like major improvements from Skate 3 and even improvements from games like Session and Skater XL. I think everything just flows more seamlessly in Skate from what I've seen so far. They've added some like parkour mechanics to the game as well. You can actually like hang off of rafters and do like front flips and stuff. So there's like that kind of like side. It's like a side game to it almost. And I feel like EA is not going to mess this game up.
Okay, that's a bold statement.
I know. So the problem is from the outset is no one was going to pay $60, $70 for a skateboarding game. That's just the truth.
Yeah,
I mean,
that makes sense. I didn't think about that one.
I would have, because I'm a massive, I love skateboarding, but you know, maybe you would have, maybe not. I don't know. But for the normal gamer, they're probably not going to pay $70 for a skateboarding game. Just like I wouldn't buy Madden, just like I wouldn't buy NHL. You know, it's a sports game.
Yeah.
So going free to play, I think, was a great idea.
Okay.
I'm excited for it. I think they have a good team of developers. I think that that team is very passionate from what I've seen. And, you know, sure, it might take them another 2 or 3 years to finish this game. And I'm here for it, man. I'm really pumped. I'm pumped for this game.
Sweet. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because when they announced it going free to play, I was kind of worried about what you were going to think if the quality was going to go down. But like you said, what we've seen so far, it looks cool. You know, it does kind of worry me because it is a EA, and they're just, I mean, they ruined like Battlefront 2 when that initially came out, because there's just so much microtransactions, and I can't remember if it was pay to win or not quite. But anyways, you know.
But the thing about Skate is they can put as many cosmetic transactions as they want to in there. It doesn't matter. Like, you can buy like a new skateboard. It doesn't affect
That's anything. Super cool. Yeah, you can get whatever you like. That's
bag of pants. Like, dude, put a bunch of stuff up for sale. Like, like get some brand deals. Get Girl, get Zero, get Birdhouse. Like, get a bunch of stuff in there that, you know, maybe it costs, you know, $2 to buy a deck, but like, I'd rather have it. I'd rather have that and have a prosperous game than pay $60 and not be able to play with anybody. Yeah. So.
Cool.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, the Skate franchise is, you know, I mean, there's not a lot of competition out there, but it was a great franchise. And kind of, you know, going from what we had with Tony Hawk back in the day, how that kind of was just, no pun intended, but sliding down the hill, you know, as far as like, you know, the game quality goes. Skate kind of picked that up and really just introduced something really cool. So definitely got us back. We were both excited when they announced it. A weird announcement when they did that, but
we got it back, guys.
Yeah, it was.
Can't show you for another 2 years.
Yeah, but hey, we're here, and yeah, I think now that you put that in that perspective, as far as free to play goes, I think you're right, because I don't think people are going to pay $60, $70 for a skateboarding game from a rebooted franchise. So I think that makes a lot of sense. So
yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. What's we got?
E3's coming back, y'all. We got E3 coming back.
Didn't they say this last year?
They did, and they did not come back.
Deja vu.
So Reed Pop is it? I can't remember if it's a company or a person. To be honest, I think it's a person. Anyways, they do like PAX and stuff like that, and I think they did a Star Wars event or something. Either way, they're in charge of like the how PAX works, and you know, PAX is pretty well regarded in the game industry as a pretty good event for the most part. So they're going to host E3 alongside the ESA, and are going to bring E3 back for a physical event. You know, I don't really know as far as like from what I've heard from people in like the game industry and listen to podcasts and stuff, like E3 as far as like a trade show, because that's like the main purpose of it, was going downhill pretty significantly. And it was really the press conferences that, of course, everybody else would pay attention to. And that was kind of the bread and butter of E3. That being said, though, Nick, with the recent Summer Games Fest, and it was kind of lackluster, does this excite you in that aspect of potentially having the video game Christmas back together, you know, of all the developers?
I love that.
Yeah. Assuming everyone's going to be a part.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously PlayStation hasn't been a part of it for a while. EA hasn't really been a part of it for a while. Xbox was kind of a part of it because they own the event center like right next door to where E3 was usually held. So, of course, they're going to be, you know, a part of it. So, does that excite you?
It does, and mostly because it means that Nintendo is more likely to be there. I think Nintendo is way more partial to E3 than they are to Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the Game Awards, where they rarely show up.
Right.
They showed up in 2017 or 2018 to announce Bayonetta 3, and like that's really the biggest contribution they've had in the most recent years. But
And then 2020, they came in there with Breath of the Wild, right?
2020,
The sequel to Breath of the Wild. They showed the trailer off there, didn't they? When did they show that off? Was it E3? Okay, yeah, you're right. It was E3. It was E3. Okay.
they might have shown off.
I
I
don't
think
think
they initially showed off Breath of the Wild 1
Yeah.
on the Wii U. I think they showed that off at the Game Awards.
Okay. I think it was rumored to be at the last Game Awards. Of course it was. But
Yeah,
then it wasn't. Okay.
So yeah, I think they're more likely to be at an E3 type event, but I don't know if like E3 can get Sony back. I mean, it'd be good to have
So.
Sony back in the mix. I don't know if EA. I mean, I think they're big enough where they can do their own thing.
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft, they like having their like segmented forward events, like one in September, one in April, whatever. So they're kind of doing their own thing. I think everyone's kind of moved on. You can kind
Yeah.
of see it. Like even Summer Games Fest, like the actual event didn't get that many big big announcements.
Yeah.
And Xbox was really the only other major publisher that had an event. So I don't know. I think everyone's just realizing they can do their own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that deeply saddens me because we talked about it before. Just like having all the companies there, and we just get overloaded with so many announcements. Like it was such a fun time to be a part of. Even in 2020 when we did the was it 2021? Yeah, 2021 where they had E3. And yeah, it was just fun, just you and I hanging out, watching the streams, and just over speculating and overhyped for no reason. So I do genuinely miss that, and hopefully we can get back there one day. Hopefully, I think you and I both have kind of heavily critiqued like the Game Fest and Jeff Keighley's approach because there's just so many ads. It's crazy, very ad heavy, but. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe this will be a good thing. Maybe it'll get back to the days of old where we just had the crazy announcements. But we'll see. Let's see how it goes.
Let's hope.
Let's hope.
Always trying to get back there.
And then lastly, PlayStation Stars got announced. It's kind of like PlayStation's like rewards program that I think like Xbox has. So you play games, you get rewards. I think you can get like money for like the PlayStation Wallet, I guess. I kind of how like Nintendo does like their points or whatever. Where if you buy a game or something, you get like so many cents
Gold
that
points.
eventually add up to money. They did come out and say that it wasn't an NFT, which is kind of funny. I guess they had to clarify that for whatever reason.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe either, but I guess some people probably just was like, oh no, but I don't think PlayStation's gonna dabble in that market. But
I think they're smart enough to stay away.
yeah, not to even think about that. So
But this is cool. I thought it was
Yeah.
PlayStation All Stars.
yeah,
When it was first shut off. I kind of read the title wrong, but
And it's free. You don't have to be a part of PlayStation Plus or anything like that. It just comes.
Incentive program.
So
nice.
Yeah, super cool. That is going to Nick. Was there anything today that happened? I don't think I even paid attention.
No,
I think there was
just the Stray and As Dusk Falls reviews came out. Are you planning on playing As Dusk Falls?
I'll probably check it out.
Okay.
I think the story synopsis came out for God of War, but I didn't read it. But I need. I think that's really about it, though.
Thimble Winter.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Nordic terms. I don't know.
But yeah,
I think
that's
it for today, though.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for the news. And it's also gonna do it the show. That is the end of the show, guys.
It surprises me that every time.
No, I don't have any topics this week to discuss. I think the July direct thing was kind of it because yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I think September maybe is the next bet. And then I think we'll get some sort of like big Zelda blowout like early January, February, something like that. And they'll announce like the official date and name, I guess. That's we got to know the name is. So
Right.
Still don't know that.
Do you think we'll get a Splatoon direct?
We might.
Like in August, late August?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe like something like they did like for Xenoblade, a little 20-minute like direct. Yeah, I think so.
That was good. Yeah.
I mean, what else do we need? I mean, we know the multiplayer, what that is. Like maybe some story stuff, like an idea of what that story is going to look like. That's what I'm mostly interested in. Because I know the gameplay is going to be great, the multiplayer, but I want the single player to be pretty different than what we've got with the last two.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll still be level-based,
Yeah.
but hopefully they go a little bit deeper
Yeah.
into the design.
Yeah.
I still need to play the Splatoon 2 DLC.
Oh, the Octopath, or Octo something? It's not Octo. Is it Octopath? No, that's Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Octo expansion or something. I think it's just Octo expansion, right?
I think so.
I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's part of the. Are you still a member with the Nintendo? Yeah. Okay.
So I got the DLC.
Yeah.
Locked and loaded.
Sweet.
Play this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to do the show, guys. Nick, where can they follow us on the social stuff, you know?
Socials?
The soch.
I got you.
The soch.
They can follow us on Twitter at GamingWTBros. We tweet there. There's a lot of stuff out there. Follow us here on Twitch, Gaming with the Bros Cast. We go live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ish. And then you can follow us on
Very ish today.
Very ish today. You can follow us on TikTok at Gaming with the Bros Cast. Post a lot of clips from the show and just other random stuff that we feel like posting. And we have an Instagram too. You can follow us at Gaming with the Bros Cast on Instagram. I've been working on some art for the show, so I'll post that as I work on it. I have a pretty cool what do you call it? Show art planned for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So look out for that next week. Hey, thanks guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in. I don't know which one of you were in the chat, but from play along, but.
Yeah, that art stuff you sent me was really cool looking. I'm excited to implement that in the future when we talk about specific games and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate everyone that watched and of course listened as always. Go back and if you haven't already, listen to our top games of the year so far to kind of get an indication of where we're at in the year. And of course, we'll have a big blowout at the end of the year doing game of the year stuff like that. But we are coming up on like we mentioned the games for the latter half of the year. So lots of stuff to look forward to. I don't think I'll pick up Live Alive. I'll see what reviews say and all that good stuff. Xenoblade 3 is still up in the air for me personally. Is that day one for you, Nick?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure, day one.
Yeah. I don't know. I fell off one, but again, I'm just in that post Elden Ring lull that I've mentioned, but I'm slowly trying to get back. And I spent a lot of time, like I spent a lot of time like editing this podcast and doing like clips and stuff and my personal YouTube channel. So that's been where I've mainly been focusing a lot of time versus just playing some games. So I need to get back into that routine, but
yeah. Also, go check out Harrison's YouTube channel, Harrison Putnam. Do you want to tell us the thing you've been working on every Wednesday and Friday? Yeah.
So right now, every Friday, and depending on if people like the show or whatever the case is, I'm going to try to expand it to at least Wednesdays and Fridays. But for now, it's going to be Fridays. So the plan is, and I may live stream it at some point, but it's kind of like a morning style radio show kind of vibe. You know, you wake up and you listen to you're watching on YouTube. I'm not going to do it. It's not a podcast or anything, but it's just going to be like a video, whatever. And I'm pretty much going to go over the news. I may talk about some stuff I've been playing, maybe some random topics that I personally want to talk about or dive into. Yeah, and maybe just some random tangents here and there. You know, it's a vibey show, man. It's a vibe. So go check that out if you want to. I've got that in the description below in the description of the podcast. So
below the description
of the show. But all right, guys, we will see y'all next Monday for the next episode of the Gaming with the Brewscast.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.